Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the creepiest coincidences that will give you chills. You know the ones, those moments where you're like, wait, what are the odds? Some coincidences are so strange they almost seem supernatural. Can they really be explained? From historical figures with eerily similar lives to fictional stories that mirror reality, we're about to explore the bizarre world of coincidences that defy logic and leave you wondering if there's something more at play. So buckle up, grab your tinfoil hats, and get ready to question everything you thought you knew about the nature of reality, because things are about to get weird. Alright, let's kick things off with a classic, the Lincoln-Kennedy coincidences. This one's been making the rounds for decades and for good reason. I mean, the similarities between these two presidents are just too bizarre to ignore. First off, both Lincoln and Kennedy were elected to Congress in the 1840s and 1940s, respectively. Okay, a little weird, but not exactly mind-blowing, but then it gets weirder. Both men were assassinated by gunshot wounds to the head. Lincoln in Ford's theater, Kennedy in a Lincoln convertible. Made by Ford, by the way. Coincidence, maybe. But we're just getting started. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy, while Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln. I mean, come on. What are the odds? And if that's not enough, both presidents were succeeded by men named Johnson. Andrew Johnson after Lincoln, and Lyndon B. Johnson after Kennedy. But wait, there's more. Both Lincoln and Kennedy were assassinated on a Friday. Both were shot in the presence of their wives, and both assassins, John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, were killed before they could stand trial. I mean, at this point, it's like the universe is just messing with us, right? Some people think these eerie parallels point to a larger conspiracy, a secret hand guiding history. Others chalk it up to pure chance. But hey, I'm just here to present the facts. You decide, coincidence or something more sinister? Next up, we're diving into the chilling tale of the Titanic and the wreck of the Titan. Now, this one's just plain creepy. We're talking about a fictional story that eerily predicted the real-life sinking of the Titanic 14 years before it even happened. In 1898, a novelist named Morgan Robertson published a novella called Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. The story follows a massive, supposedly unsinkable ocean liner called the Titan. Sound familiar? The Titan, much like the Titanic, was considered the pinnacle of shipbuilding, a luxurious vessel that could conquer the seas. And then, tragedy struck. The Titan, sailing at full speed through the North Atlantic, hit an iceberg on a cold April night. The ship sank, and due to a shortage of lifeboats, many passengers and crew perished in the icy waters. Chilling, right? But here's where it gets even weirder. The similarities between the fictional Titan and the real-life Titanic are uncanny. Both ships were nearly identical in size, both had a limited number of lifeboats, and both sank in the North Atlantic after colliding with an iceberg in April. I mean, it's almost like Morgan Robertson had a crystal ball or something. Some people believe he had a premonition, a glimpse into the future. Others think it's just a bizarre case of life imitating art. Whatever the explanation, the story of the Titanic and the wreck of the Titan remains one of the most unsettling coincidences in history. Okay, let's lighten the mood a bit with something a little more pop culture-y. The Simpsons predictions. Now, everyone knows The Simpsons, right? That iconic yellow family that's been gracing our TV screens for decades. But what you might not know is that The Simpsons has a bit of a reputation for predicting the future. I'm not talking about vague Nostradamus-style prophecies here. I'm talking about specific events, sometimes down to the smallest details, that The Simpsons writers somehow managed to predict years, sometimes even decades before they happened. Take Donald Trump's presidency, for example. In a 2000 episode, The Simpsons depicted Trump running for president and winning. At the time, it seemed like a far-fetched joke. But fast forward 16 years, and there he was, taking the oath of office. Coincidence? Maybe, but there's more. Remember that time Disney bought 20th Century Fox? Yeah. The Simpsons predicted that too, way back in 1998. An episode showed the 20th Century Fox logo with a division of Walt Disney Company written underneath. And let's not forget about the invention of the smartwatch. In a 1995 episode, a character uses a watch to communicate, eerily similar to today's smartwatches. The list goes on and on. From Lady Gaga's Super Bowl halftime show to the discovery of the Higgs boson particle, The Simpsons seems to have predicted it all. So, what's the deal? Are the writers time travelers? Do they have a direct line to the future? Or is it all just a series of incredibly lucky guesses? I guess we'll have to keep watching to find out. All right, get ready for a story that's both heartwarming and a little bit creepy. The case of the identical twins. This one delves into the fascinating world of nature versus nurture, and the strange ways our lives can mirror each other, even when we're separated by circumstance. Imagine this: two identical twins, separated at birth, grow up completely unaware of each other's existence. They live separate lives, develop different personalities, and forge their own paths. But then fate intervenes, and they're reunited as adults, and that's when things get really weird, because despite growing up in different environments, these twins discover they have an uncanny number of things in common. I'm talking about everything from their taste in music and food to their career choices and even their spouses' names. One famous case involves twins named Jim Lewis and Jim Springer. Separated at just a few weeks old, they were raised by different families in different parts of Ohio. When they were finally reunited at the age of 39, they were astonished by the similarities in their lives. Both Jims had been married twice, both times to women named Linda and then Betty. Both had sons named James Allen, both had dogs named Toy. Both drove the same model of car, and both had worked as part-time sheriffs. I mean, come on, what are the odds? This case, and many others like it, raises some pretty mind-boggling questions about the power of genetics and the role of fate in our lives. Are we all just puppets on a string, destined to live out a predetermined path? Or is it all just a series of random coincidences that we interpret as meaningful patterns? It's enough to make you question the very fabric of reality. Okay, folks, for our final story, we're venturing into the realm of the truly bizarre, the mysterious case of the Green Children of Woolpit. This one's a wild ride, full of strange encounters, unexplained phenomena, and a healthy dose of medieval mystery. Picture this: it's the 12th century in the village of Woolpit, England. One day, two children appear out of nowhere. But these aren't your average kids. Their skin is green, they speak an unknown language, and their clothing is made of a strange, unfamiliar material. The villagers are understandably baffled. Where did these children come from? Why are they green? And what are they saying? According to legend, the children claimed to come from a subterranean world called St. Martin's Land, a place where everything was bathed in a perpetual twilight. They said they had been tending their father's flocks when they stumbled upon a cave and, drawn by the sound of bells, emerged into our world. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like something straight out of a fantasy novel, but here's the thing. There are actual historical accounts of this event, recorded by chroniclers of the time. Over time, the Green Children of Woolpit learned to speak English, and their green skin faded. They integrated into village life, but they could never fully explain their origins. So what's the truth behind this bizarre tale? Were the Green Children aliens from another planet, time travelers from a distant future? Or were they simply children with a rare medical condition and a vivid imagination? The answer, like the Green Children themselves, remains shrouded in mystery. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more chilling content. Let us know in the comments which coincidence you found the creepiest. Are these stories just strange quirks of fate, random events that we try to imbue with meaning, or do they point to something more, a hidden hand guiding the universe, a connection between seemingly unrelated events? Whatever you believe, one thing's for sure: the world is a strange and mysterious place, full of coincidences that can make even the biggest skeptic question everything. Until next time, keep those tinfoil hats handy, and remember, the truth is out there.